This unassuming woman you see before you looks like the sort of person you might pass on the street. She does not look like a hardened criminal. At least that's what many people believed for years, as she had everyone fooled. That is, apart from one journalist named Chris Hayes, who made it his mission to discover the truth. We would like to send our condolences to the family and loved ones of Betsy Faria, Shirley Neumann, and Louis Gumpenberger. Pam Hupp was born in October of 1958 in St. Louis, Missouri. She had married shortly after her prom, and not long after fell pregnant. Soon after came her first child, Sarah. 6 years of marriage had passed by when the relationship went south and she split with her husband, getting divorced. She met a new man and moved to Florida, where she would fall pregnant again and gave birth to her second child, Travis. Not long after the birth, Pam and her partner would move back to Missouri. Pam gained a job at a life insurance company, whilst her partner was a carpenter, picking up work at construction projects. Betsy Faria, who also worked at the same life insurance company Pam did, found they had a lot in common, and the two became good friends. Tragically, at the age of just 42, Betsy was diagnosed with breast cancer. A loving wife and a terrific mother, her world suddenly fell apart. While all treatment options were explored, the cancer began to spread through her body and affect her liver and kidneys. Ultimately, there would only be one outcome for Betsy. Pam helped out in any way she could, taking Betsy to medical appointments and helping her husband by making meals. Betsy had found a true angel in her time of need. While working, maintaining a family and kids, and helping Betsy, Pam was also providing partial care for her mother, Shirley Neumann. Shirley was suffering from advanced dementia and arthritis. 77 years old, she lived in her own apartment in a retirement community, requiring only partial support. Shirley had relocated to Lakeview Park Independent Senior Living Community after her husband had died, and looking after a whole house by herself had become too much of a chore. The highlight of her week was seeing her daughter Pam and hearing stories about the grandkids. While Betsy was still battling the disease, her highlight was also seeing Pam and having a chat with her good friend. Little did either Shirley or Betsy know that this person they loved and adored would ultimately be the one who would take their lives. In 2011, as cancer continued to ravage her defenseless body, Betsy Faria had begun to make a number of concerning comments to her husband Russ. She had stated that she would rather be dead than to eventually succumb to cancer, and that it would be less stressful for her family and kids to watch her slowly die. The once bubbly Betsy had become a shadow of her former self, staying inside and cutting off contact with most people. The one person she could count on, however, was Pam. Christmas had come and gone, and had been one of the hardest times in Betsy's life. She was scheduled to go for another round of cancer treatment on December 27th, 2011, and Pam offered to take her. Since her husband Russ had the afternoon free, he decided to go out with some friends. Pam would take her to her appointment and then drop her home. Russ would arrive home a few hours later and would find Betsy on the couch with both of her wrists cut. Because of the concerning statement she had made previously, he assumed that she had taken her own life. He grabbed the phone and dialed 911, hoping that she might be able to be saved.
I just got home from a friend's house, and my wife killed herself. She's on the floor.
Okay, Russell, I need you to calm down, honey, okay? I need you to calm down, take a couple deep breaths. We're going to get somebody on the way there, okay? What did she do? Do you know?
She got a knife in her neck and she sliced her arms.
Okay, calm down, honey. Is she breathing at all?
No.
She is not breathing? Okay.
When paramedics arrived and inspected Betsy, they found out that she had 55 stab wounds all across her body. and her wrists had been sliced down to the bone. She also had a large kitchen knife stuck in her neck. Along with that, another knife was found laying next to the couch. It was obvious that this was not a suicide, and police were called to the residence. After questioning her husband Russ, police had placed him under arrest for Betsy's murder. They believed his 911 call, stating she had taken her own life, was ridiculous because of the amount of blood and a knife that was still protruding from her throat. Their belief was that anyone who saw that would have known she was dead. When police had found blood on his slippers, they figured they had found a smoking gun. Russ continued to claim he was innocent and was out with friends at the time, and that Pamela Hupp was the last one to see her alive. When police would contact and interview Pam, she would confirm that she thought Russ was the killer and made this disturbing statement.
He'd start playing this game of putting a pillow over her face to see what it would feel like. I don't know if she said, this is what it's going to feel like when you die or whatever, and then act like he was kidding.
She painted a picture of a violent man that abused his wife and would even point police toward a document found on Betsy's laptop. The document would make some alarming allegations. Just 5 days earlier, Pam had helped Betsy alter her life insurance policy and had now made her the benefactor of over $150,000. Police believed Pam and would charge Russ with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. As the case went to trial, the defense would offer up that someone else may have been involved in the murder. Betsy's time of death was estimated to be between 7:20 and 9:20 p.m. The four friends Russ was with would argue that he was with them, so he couldn't have possibly done it. He had receipts with a date and time on them, and his phone records would show that he was nowhere near the house at that time. Regardless, prosecutors would convince the jury that all four of his friends were involved in conspiring to kill Betsy. They had them believe that they held his phone while he went out and committed the murder. The motive? To gain her life insurance money. However, Russ wasn't aware that the benefactor had been changed, and he wouldn't receive a single cent. The defense would claim that Pam could have been the one to commit the murder because her phone records show her in the area at the time of the murder up to 30 minutes after the supposed drop-off time. The judge would instead ban Russ's lawyers from implicating Pamela in the case. Russ would be found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 30 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Pamela Hupp had just gotten away with murder for the first time. Or was it the first time? Only a month earlier, Pam's mother Shirley had spent the night at her house after a hospital appointment earlier in the day. Pam would drop her mother back off at the retirement community the following day and make the remark to the staff that she wasn't feeling well. She advised them not to worry about dinner that night or breakfast for her the following day and leave her to rest until 2:30 p.m. Sometime later, a staff member would come across her body on the pavement just below her balcony. Police were called, and when they checked in on Shirley's apartment, they would find the water still running, the patio door open, and a damaged aluminum balcony railing. It appeared like a tragic accident had taken place. A toxicology test was done, and it was found that Shirley had 8 times the usual dose of Ambien in her system, a sedative used to help sleeping problems. Despite this, and the fact that Pam was the last one to see her alive, her death was attributed to an accident. Pamela would be set to inherit $500,000 under an accidental death policy in her mother's life insurance. This would be the second time she had gotten away with murder. Only a month before, she would see Russ get convicted of a crime she committed. Several years would pass by, and Pam had been seen living a rather lavish lifestyle off the proceeds of her crimes. But her past would eventually catch up to her. But Pam knew a way to make sure that would never happen. On August 16, 2016, 911 dispatchers would receive a panicked phone call from a female, stating there was an intruder in her house. In the background, 5 bangs can be heard, which sounds similar to those of gunshots.
911, where's your emergency?
Hey, hello, there's someone broken in my house. Help!
What's the address you're at?
Help!
Want me to give you, want me to get your wife?
No, I'm not getting in the car with you. No,
What's
get
your
away.
address?
Get out, get out, get out.
Ma'am, what's the address you're at?
Help! Help!
I have somebody breaking.
No! No!
Hello?
Help! Help!
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Help!
What's the address you're at?
Help! Help! Help!
Hello?
Help! Hello! Hello! Who is
Are
it?
you there?
Yes, I am.
Where are you
I
at?
just have an intruder in my house.
Where are you at?
Yes.
Who broke into your home?
I don't know. I'm here.
Where's he at right
I'm
now?
outside. I'm going outside. Come on, over.
The fire alarms are going off too.
I know.
Is he inside?
Yes.
Is he a white male, a black male?
He's crazy. Hurry. He tried to get me in my car and I went into the
He
house.
tried to take you into his car?
He tried to take me in my car. Help! Hurry! Please, somebody.
Have officers on the way, ma'am. Where are you at right now in the home?
I'm in the garage.
You're in the garage?
My car. He's still in the house.
Okay, can you run to a neighbor's house?
I don't think there's anybody home now. I stay here. I have my dog. I have my puppy.
You have your puppy with you?
Yeah.
You have no idea who the subject is?
No.
Are there any weapons in the home?
Yes, there's a gun on my bed. I shot him.
There's a gun on your bed? You shot him?
Yes, I shot him. He tried to get in my bedroom after me, and I shot him.
There's a gun in the home. She said she shot him. Is he still, as far as you know, is he still in your room?
No, he's in the hallway.
He's in the hallway? Is he moving?
Is the hallway? No, he's not moving.
Not moving?
Oh, hurry!
Ma'am, we already have help on the way. Just stay on the line with me. Is the garage door open?
Yes, everything's open. I was leaving out of my car. Where are they?
They're on the way, ma'am. Are you injured?
No, he didn't get me. He didn't get to me.
He didn't get you?
No, he did not get me. They're not here yet. They're not here.
I understand they're not there yet. I'm going to let you know when they're close.
Okay.
Okay, so you are not injured, though.
No.
What's your name?
My name is Pam.
Pam?
Yes. Where are they? Help. Please, where
Pam,
are they?
we have help on the way. Let me know when you hear them.
Okay.
I should have an officer pulling up. Do you see him?
It's an unwhite car. I don't know. It's just a white car.
It's going to be one of our command staff. Is he in a uniform?
He's here.
Okay, I'm going to let you go. Talk to the officer.
When police arrived, they found the body of Louis Gumpenberger in the hallway of Pamela's home. Louis Gumpenberger, age 33, was the father of 2 children and had been involved in a car accident which left him with permanent mental and physical disabilities. Because of this, he was unable to secure steady employment and would make ends meet by doing odd jobs. When police searched his body, they came across $900 in cash and a note in his pocket. The note would read, "Kidnap Pamela Hupp. Get Russ's money from Hupp at her bank. Kill Hupp. Take Hupp back to the house and get rid of her. Make it look like Russ's wife makes sure knife is sticking out of neck." Pamela would be taken down to the station to give a statement on what had happened. Pam had said that Louis had jumped out of a car as she was pulling into the driveway and ran at her with a knife, asking for the insurance money she had been paid out from Betsy's murder. She further claimed she knocked the knife out of his hand, ran inside the house, and was able to grab her gun and shoot him as he advanced toward her in her hallway. As police would listen to her story, inconsistencies began to show. Pam had gotten away with 2 murders, But this one would be the one that would finally be her undoing. Russ had continued to appeal his decision for murdering his wife, claiming his innocence. The evidence against Pamela was set to be brought before a judge, and investigators were now taking a second look at her mother's death as well, starting to form a case. Pam, doing what she knew best, set out to frame Russ in a further crime in order to try and take the heat off of herself. She had convinced Lewis that she worked for Dateline NBC and wanted to reenact a 911 call for a part of the show. Lewis would agree, as he was advised that he would be paid in cash. Once he was in the right spot, Pam would shoot him dead and then place the evidence on him, making it look like he was sent there to kill Pam. Police, however, had received a complaint from a woman that was asked to reenact this part of the show only 5 days earlier, and feeling like it was suspicious, made a report to the police. Investigators would find that Pam was in Louis Gumpenberger's neighborhood an hour before the murder, supposedly to pick him up, even though she had claimed that she had never met him before. The knife in Lewis's hand was confirmed to have been purchased by Pam at a dollar store. The $900 in bills found on Lewis were sequential bills, which matched others in Pam's home. Finally, the note found in his pocket was from a notepad found in Pam's residence as well. Pamela Hupp was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action, but she had no intention of facing her actions.
She knows she's on camera, so she's subtle. Watch this. Hupp grabs the water bottle to hide the pen, then slides both back, slowly, casually. She takes the pen behind her to hide it in her pants, then her neck again. It appears she's looking for her jugular, or another vein she's about to strike with the pen. That's where she's escorted to the bathroom, where she stabs herself.
There's an officer here, a female officer that's going to escort you to the bathroom, okay?
About 5 minutes pass when you can hear officers yelling.
Her attempts to harm herself were unsuccessful, and police were intent on prosecuting her for her crimes. Pamela would plead not guilty to the charges against her. Prosecutors would pursue the death penalty because she chose Lewis as a victim because of his disabilities. Death seemed to follow Pamela, and now questions were being asked over her mother's and Betsy's untimely demise. Police now added more resources to both investigations. Shirley Neumann's cause of death was eventually changed from accidental to undetermined in 2018, and the investigation was left as inconclusive. Pam had more evidence building against her, and in 2019, she entered an Alford plea deal in a case against her for Gumpenberger's death. This meant that she didn't admit to guilt, but admitted the evidence would likely convict her. Because of this, she would be spared from the death penalty. Betsy Faria's death was reinvestigated, and on November 7, 2015, Russ Faria was acquitted of her murder. He filed a civil rights lawsuit and eventually settled for $2 million. Pamela Hupp was charged with the same offenses that Russ was falsely charged with: first-degree murder and armed criminal action. In July 2021, Hupp entered a not guilty plea for the murder of Betsy Faria. On September 8, 2021, the armed criminal action charge against Hupp was dismissed, and a preliminary hearing was scheduled for February 2022, but was delayed indefinitely after Hupp's public defender died of a heart attack. On October of 2022, Hupp's trial was moved to Greene County, Missouri, being transferred to the 31st Judicial Circuit. The pandemic slowed down the justice system, leading to lengthy delays. She is yet to be found guilty or receive sentencing for the death of Betsy to this day. The lead investigator has said that he will pursue the death penalty in this case as well. Let us know in the comments what you think Pam deserves, or what sentence you think she'll likely receive. And that wraps up today's case. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then check out one of these 2 other videos on screen that you may find interesting. We look forward to bringing you another worst case very soon.